All right, guys, before we start the podcast, I want to plug our new channel, FullofBS Clips, where we upload all the clips from every podcast. We already have like a dozen videos up. If you guys would like to go check it out, link in the description below.
We also got the TikTok as well, FullofBS.
Exactly. So if you guys like what we're doing here, make sure to hit up those socials. Everything will be in the link in the description below. Without further ado, Moose, put the intro in. Woo!
We are very opinionated people.
You mean we're assholes? All right, guys, welcome back to the FullofBS podcast. This is episode number 5. We hope you guys enjoy the content. Over the last 4 videos that we've done, we've talked about a lot of different subjects, and I've personally found that a lot of our subjects have had what's that called? New points being added every single day from people that we know.
Yes.
Because they love to come talk to us about this kind of stuff, and then a lot of current events, in my opinion, support our opinions. So
see, for me, the biggest thing was that people would say, "Oh, I saw that." Like I would tell them about maybe like something that we talked about on the podcast, and then they would be like, "Oh, I saw that."
Yeah.
And I'd be, that means they're watching. So
you know what?
What up to the fans?
Dude,
you know what I mean?
The thing is, our average watch times are actually pretty good, considering that we're just kind of new. Like we're averaging, I think, like 40 minutes per video.
Nice.
Which is honestly pretty solid. It means that people are actually giving us a good listen, right? And I haven't really told my friends about it, so I don't have the same experiences as you. But like whenever we go out with not your friends, but like with our homies, like our mutual friends, there is always at some point someone's like, "Yo, that last podcast you did was lit."
Yeah, even though like I know we talk about some controversial things that we'll get into that shortly.
I mean, people have definitely called us misogynistic over some of our stuff,
but I think
it's funny.
The thing is, we're just 2 guys. We're expressing our own opinions.
We're 2 guys who act like we know everything, but really know nothing.
Exactly, but actually we know everything.
Exactly.
So
forgot to put that at the beginning, a little slow.
So yeah, just a little update on things. Yesterday was my birthday.
Happy fucking birthday!
Yeah, we had we went out. We watched the Leafs lose.
Of course.
Game 7. That was a tough one.
I'm not gonna lie. I really thought that your birthday might have broken the curse.
Nah,
I don't know why the fuck I thought that.
I didn't have faith.
You really didn't.
And then after that, we hit up my buddy's house for a little surprise-ish party
that he already knew about.
Yeah.
Not because of me. Not my big mouth this time.
So yeah. So I just like we're gonna dive right into it. Right.
Go for it, bro.
As you guys may have known from our previous podcasts, there was a girl that we talked about that crossed boundaries.
Boundaries part 3, baby.
Oh, yeah, we're back on it. So I didn't know she was coming to this surprise party, but she was there. And I was like, oh, shit, here we go again, right?
But
there was a little kicker this time, and that was her boyfriend was there. So this time was completely different. We talked here and there, but it was nowhere close to the same thing.
She literally, I'm not even joking. Like, if we're talking about last week hanging out with her and this week, last week she was literally around you 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
This time, I think she talked to me more than you.
Yeah. It was definitely clear.
And I said maybe 2 words to her last week.
Yeah. The thing is, it was an eye-opening experience because if she's like that when her boyfriend's around, I'm going to kind of hold back next time kind of thing, you know?
Of course, yeah.
It's not like, when the boyfriend's not there, never met him, now I met him, and he's like, seems like a solid dude. I wouldn't push anything kind of thing.
Here's my whole thing about it, right? So she said it's not cheating if you don't do anything physical with the other person, right?
Yeah.
Like any of the bases pretty much, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when she was with her boyfriend this weekend, she barely said a word to you. So in my head,
she said, like, we talked, but not anywhere close to the same thing.
I don't think she practiced what she preached in a sense. Whereas like next time you see her and she's not with her boyfriend, she'll probably talk to you more, and then in your head you're like, but if your boyfriend was here, you wouldn't talk to me like that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So it's a little bit sketch on that end, but we are respectful men over here. So,
but it's just like a weird conundrum, right? Because like we don't want to do anything that could like put us in a bad light with people like that.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same context, right? Like I think she watched some of the podcasts, and she's gonna know.
Yeah.
Like she's gonna know what we're talking about, right?
It's okay.
And it's not that we don't.
I still love you. You know.
Like it's just that we disagree with the point of view, and we're just talking about it. We're having a
it's all
meaningful
good.
conversation about it.
Still got all the respect, all the love still there. Just not crossing the boundaries
Like,
kind of thing.
Here's a good way to explain it, right? So when we were all sitting down on the, not all of us, when some of us were sitting on the patio, right? And people were talking to us about like topics that we talked about, and they're saying, "Oh, it seems a little a little not misogynistic per se, but like we definitely have quote unquote polarizing opinions, which aren't very polarizing. It's just that many people who have these opinions don't talk about it.
They don't express it.
Yeah, they don't get canceled, and teach their own, right? But then a girl comes up to us, right? She's like, "Oh, I would love to watch a podcast of two white males talking about topics they know nothing about." And I look at her straight up, and I'm like, "Don't forget, we come from middle class as well." You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna get offended by something that she says, but like she was trying to like be like weird about like what is wrong with our opinions simply because of the skin on our bones. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, everybody has their own opinions. Just because you're like born somewhere, or you have a certain lifestyle, doesn't mean your opinion's not valid. And
if anything, that's racist to think that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's more like we are privileged people. Like we will acknowledge that all day.
Theoretically, we were born with a jackpot in the sense of like our families made good money, but before we were already born,
and in a good country.
What's it called? They paid for our schooling and like all these things, right? We never have to worry about that. So we did hit the fucking the little jackpot, right? Mm-hmm. There's only one level bigger, and that's the fucking multi-millionaire fucking privilege, not privilege,
super rich,
super lucky people, right? I mean, we're not rich by any means,
and even then, it's like still have good families as well. So it's like you can get a lot of money but have a bad family. You know?
Yeah, of course.
So
right? Like our families give a shit about us, but I don't see why that sometimes is like a disadvantage, right? Because like we'll be talking to like some of our friends who aren't as well off, right? Mm-hmm. And the same idea, and it's like why does your opinion matter if you know nothing about the subject,
right?
And I'm like, but I do know stuff about the subject. I read about it, right? I'm not gonna say I'm fucking Joe Rogan, Ben Shapiro, fucking
right.
Like I know my shit like that, but like I can definitely have a topic of conversation. Like the best way to explain, right? People were asking us why, like a dude specifically asked me yesterday, why do you think that women's sports are not as good as men's sports?
Mm-hmm.
And I look at him straight up. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with women's sports, right? I make jokes about it, whatever. Like just because I think some of it's funny, but I never make fun of the sport itself, right?
Right.
In the sense of like, I'm not watching WNBA basketball, right? I'm not.
Yeah.
Right.
Not many people are.
But I respect the fact that they got to where they are.
Yeah, they're still good basketball players.
But I just don't watch it. And if you are telling me that I'm wrong, why aren't you watching it?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And like last week's a perfect example, right? Because we were talking about women, like not just transgender women into sports, but the fact that some women's sports are just not as fun to watch.
Right.
And one of the sports we talked about was MMA.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, I think I posted that video at 7:00 on Saturday. Literally at 11:30 on 4.5 hours later was the worst women's fight I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Your point.
And literally, the fight's going on, and I'm with my brother and a friend of ours, right? The fight before that was knockout of the year, Michael Chandler and Tony Ferguson. I'm not gonna go too far to UFC because we talked about it last week, right? But KO of the year, and we were 20 minutes later almost falling asleep in our fucking seats.
It is unbelievable.
The fight was so bad, right?
I mean, there has been bad fights with men as well.
I'll add to that actually, because the best woman fight that I've ever saw, Joanna versus Wiley. I think most people consider it the best women's fight of all time.
Okay.
Immediately after that fight was Israel Adesanya versus Yoel Romero. Mm-hmm. Probably the worst title fight I've ever seen. And I'm saying that's worse than the women's fight that just happened because it was the main event, not because of anything else, because of the main event. But if I had to put my life on the line between a man and a woman's fight, saying which one do I think would be worse?
Or not as entertaining.
Not as entertaining. Just for my liking, I have to say like a woman's fight.
Yeah.
And I could be wrong. You know what I mean? And I can own up to that.
I get you. And it's not just MMA. It's all the sports.
No,
more or less.
Like I'll happily watch like women's tennis or women's volleyball or women's golf or whatever. Because even if there is a skill gap, it's still a lot of fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I can't sit down and watch a WNBA game.
No, you can't.
I don't even know if they have. They don't have do they have NHL for women? Or is it the smaller leagues?
No, there's like a women's league, but I don't know.
But it's not NHL
like
run, right?
No.
Okay, so I just can't sit down for 3 hours and watch that.
Right.
I can, however, watch Serena Williams fucking dogpiles some fucking shit on another
Right.
on another woman tennis player.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or I can watch Valentina Shevchenko absolutely fucking annihilate whoever's in her fucking path.
Mhm.
Right? I just can't watch the lesser one.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? It is what it is. We did spend a good portion of the last podcast on that, so I'll just end it with this remark that we still appreciate women in sports, and we still like to watch certain sports.
Go for your passion.
Yeah, do your thing. It just for us, it's not as entertaining as men. We kind of came to that conclusion last time.
I'm just saying, like, because I don't want to keep it going on too long either, but it's like, just because I have that opinion, someone comes up to us, why does your white male privilege make you think you can say these things? And I'm like, cause
Everybody has a valid opinion if like
I'm saying
you know a little bit about it.
My white privilege has nothing to do with my opinion on certain topics in life.
Right.
It has on some, 100%, you know,
Mhm.
because maybe I want to vote for a politician who's going to help me more or whatever the fuck it is. But when it comes to fucking sports, I just don't think it's as fun.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's my personal preference.
Now,
Shoot me later.
speaking of women in sports,
Oh, God.
yeah,
Here we go.
I saw a girl last week. We watched game 5 or maybe game 6. It might have been game 6 of the Leafs game.
At least first snap. Okay.
She messaged me saying she's a big Leafs fan, and
Yofi.
she wanted to watch the Leafs game. I was like, sure, no problem. Why don't you come on over? We'll watch the Leafs game.
Okay.
Now, I didn't understand how much of a Leafs fan this chick was. Like, when I was watching the game, I felt like I was watching it with my brother.
No way. Wait,
She
hold
knew
on, hold on.
everything about every player.
Once again, that's not misogynistic.
No,
His
no.
brother is a super fan.
Yeah, my brother is a super fan, and I would say she knew just as much as he did. And like when they scored, she would be like, "Oh my god!" She'd like crumple and stuff like that. I was like, "Jeez,
My God, you gotta wipe that
they're
up.
crazy Leafs." So yeah, I was just wondering here's the other part of the other side.
Okay.
Usually, more often than not, it's like males are fans of sports. They know more about sports than females, right?
I mean,
Just in the grand scheme of things, right?
like I see that because there's also kind of like that whole joke where it's like men will cheer for teams they're not even on and say that we didn't win the game or whatever. I forgot who the comedian was. Whitney Cummings. She had the whole thing
Whatever.
about it,
But
yeah.
it's like, in that situation, it was like I felt like I was in the opposite role, where I was like someone on like the fourth line. I don't really know, right? Like made a nice play, and she would go like, "Oh yeah, like he scored like 25 goals this season and did this and this and this," and I was like, "Oh shit," right? Like I felt like I was just like I didn't know anything, you know?
Like if you were to date her 82 days out of the year, you couldn't
Yeah,
do
so I was
anything
just
because she watched
wondering
games.
what's your take on that? So like
I fucking love
if you were with a girl that literally knew more about the sport than you did.
I don't give a shit about that kind of stuff because I enjoy my sports. And the thing is, if she enjoys the same shit as me, that's something that we can do.
Yes.
Like, best way to explain it, right? So, if I'm going out with like a bunch of guys to watch a game, right? Because
Mhm.
you know, let's say playoff time comes around, right? I don't, and my girl wants to come. No fucking issues. I don't want to spend the whole game explaining to them what a fucking offside is
Right.
or what an icing call is. And
But if it got to the point where they were kind of telling you that,
well, the thing,
that's where I was at.
yeah, I mean, I can see it. Like, I wouldn't want to ask questions in the sense,
Right.
but I also think that I know enough where I don't have to when it comes to my sports.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if we're talking NHL, NBA, or UFC, I don't think I need a question answered,
Mhm.
right? Maybe they remember something that happened back in the day that I forgot about. That's different. You know what I mean? It's just a good memory, right? But like, if they know about tennis and I don't give a fuck about asking
Right.
them questions.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make it the whole time that we're there. I'm asking a bunch of questions. I'll be like, oh, why is it this, right?
Right.
Once or twice. But another way to explain it. I love my metal music.
Mm-hmm.
If a girl legitimately loves metal music, I'm wifing that shit up right there.
Just like that.
Okay, well, I mean, like, if she's not fucking crazy
Yeah,
and
yeah,
shit,
yeah.
you know what I mean? If she's like,
Similar interests.
yeah, like,
The thing is, I'm not huge on the NHL. Like I played hockey my whole life and stuff like that, but on watching the NHL, I'm not a big fan. You know,
yeah, but
I watch playoffs, but
yeah,
that's about
but
it.
you know what you're talking about when you
Right.
talk about the sport, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's where it is. It's like if you what's it called? Don't know anything about American football. and you're watching with other people and they know, ask a question or two, but don't ask a million.
Right.
Like, let them watch the game.
So there's a note for you ladies. Even though I didn't know much about like all the players on the Leafs, I still like, you know, I ask questions here and there. I wasn't like, oh, what's happening? Who is that?
Oh,
What do
yeah.
they do?
By the way, girls, if you ever like are talking to a guy and you think it's going well and he's a fan of a sports team,
Yeah.
read a few notes about that sports team and he's in your pocket.
Yeah.
Like-
So even though I was in the opposite role, I was still excelling in the role.
Oh yeah, that's fine. No, like a good way to like to make an example out of it. Like, let's say you play Valorant, the video game, right? Now, let's say your girl watches you play fucking video games or whatever. If she says, "Yo, you need to play Omen for this comp," and she just understands it, and you're gonna look at her and be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I mean, I'm not big on the gaming.
No. I'm saying in
Yeah.
any factor
In
of life,
anything.
right?
Yeah,
Like you're
yeah.
talking about hockey, I'm just kind of moving it to
Yeah,
a
yeah.
different esport or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah, sure.
right? Like if you can find something that he likes and become knowledgeable about it, he's already gonna like you that much more, right? Same thing with music and what's it called, and like gaming and sports and fucking food and traveling, whatever. If you can find stuff that he likes and be knowledgeable about it, you're golden.
Right.
Right. I'm not sure if it's the same for a guy to a girl per se, because I think for a guy it's more about being like innovative and like and finding ways to make her like find new things that she enjoys in a sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Where for a girl it's just like what he likes, right?
Yeah. I mean, similar interests is a good thing. And then also like kind of bringing in new interests could be good. If you guys have similar interests, maybe you'll like the same things as well.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, when it comes to like early stages of dating, it's always finding what other people what they like. But then when you're so far into it, you already know what he likes and he knows what you like. You got to find some new things to fucking spice it up a little bit, right? Where it's like if you guys both like traveling, go traveling,
Right.
right? Find new things within different cultures that you can both like. Like maybe like at the beginning of dating, right? You find out that he's a sports guy or he's I don't even fucking know. He likes to go on runs. Let's say I don't fucking know, right? That's cool. You know what he likes, whatever. Maybe you do it a couple times, but after a few times, you got to find something new, right?
Right.
So maybe you go out, maybe you go to a pool hall, you both start enjoying playing pool or whatever. Small things like that, I think, always help.
Yeah, it does. But, you know, it's all about finding the right girl. And here's another kind of good thing that happened to me that made me realize something. So, before I was seeing this girl, or the one that I just saw about the Leafs game, I was texting a different girl. Like, I wasn't talking.
Big man.
I wasn't talking to that girl at the time, right? So, whatever. We set up, like, a time to hang out, and it was only, like, a day after we started texting the new girl, right? So, I text the old girl before that, a few days after. You following so far?
No, I'm not.
Okay, let me try to rephrase this. I was texting one girl.
Okay.
It wasn't really going anywhere.
Okay.
Texting another girl. The second girl, we hung out the next day.
Okay.
Okay. So, the first girl, I asked her to coffee, like, prior to me texting the second girl.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
I'm following.
She waited like a day or 2 days to respond. Right? Good-looking girl. I'm sure she is. She's nice or whatever, but whatever. Waited 2 days to respond, and then texted me, "Sorry, I can't. I was cleaning my house all day." Right? So at that point, when she answered, I was like, I already hung out with the other girls, like good girls, so I wasn't going to start texting the first girl.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So I text her, just for future reference.
Okay.
Don't make like that. Don't wait 2 days. Respond with some bullshit excuse.
It's
right?
It's disrespectful.
Yeah, it is disrespectful.
Say, sorry.
Right?
No,
So
no
I
thanks.
basically what I did, I call her out. Right? I have no intentions of hanging out with this girl, whatever. I call her out. All of a sudden, I'm the bad guy. All of a sudden. Oh, shit. Well, now I have a reason not to hang out with you. Block my number. Do this, do that. Like, basically just wrote me a fucking paragraph of, like, how much of a fucking dick I am for calling her out on her bullshit.
Wait, hold on. How'd you call her out?
I texted her, next time, just say you're not interested. Right? That's all I said.
A little aggressive, but not too bad.
Yeah, but okay. She waited 2 days and then said she was
I'm not disagreeing.
because she was cleaning her house.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm saying it's just a little aggressive. That's it.
Yeah, it was a little like I wanted
It was
to
petty.
get that point across.
It was petty.
No, it wasn't petty. It was like I wanted to get the point across, not for me, but for the next person that she does that to.
Okay.
Right? Like maybe I planted that kind of seed in her mind. Don't do that shit, right? Like not like to anybody, right? So it made me realize this. Anyways, besides the point. There's going to be those attractive girls that, guys want to chase or whatever. If she's doing that kind of shit, don't even entertain it. It's not worth it. Like, would you want to be with a girl that, although she's attractive, is just, like, disrespectful?
I mean, if she's playing games with you like that, she's not going to go with you. You know what I mean? Because girls who want what they want know what they want.
Yeah.
Right? So that's a really stupid saying, but actually kind of works.
Girls, what say again?
Girls who know what they want. Wait, I
get what they want.
No. Is that what it said? I don't fuck. Whatever.
But you got the point. Don't chase those girls.
Oh, girls who know what they want go for what they want.
Yeah. If she's like, this is just because it happened to me also in university and stuff, right?
It happens all the time. Yeah.
If they're not saying like, giving you the clear, I want to hang out with you, like, oh, I can't this day because of this, but
well, let's go this day.
Let's go this day, or yeah, I had fun, or I want to have fun with you, or whatever. That's fine.
That was a little sexual, but okay.
You know what I mean, though? Like,
if
she's not fucking playing games, then you should entertain it. But the ones that are like good looking, but are just like fucking like that, I cleaned my house, so sorry, I took 2 days to answer. Not worth it ever, in my opinion.
Bro, let me give you a little side story. So like, this was back in our high school days, right? So you were dating this girl, and she had a best friend who always tagged along, so I tagged along with. You know.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about, right? And she literally messages me, like I'm driving home from my buddy's house, and she messages me, "Hey, what's up?"
Mm-hmm.
Like the friend of your girlfriend. And I like, what's it called? Literally 5 minutes from I get home, I message her back, "Oh, I'm good, just finished driving, whatever." Doesn't respond for 2 days to that message, and she's like, "Sorry, I forgot what we were talking about." And I message her back like, "Yeah, because we didn't say anything. You just messaged me, 'Hey, what's up?' and bombed me for 2 days."
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
And I'm like,
sense,
what?
bro.
What kind of game are you playing? Because I'm not hitting on her either. I'm
right.
like, I'm literally being a fourth wheel because she's third wheeling everywhere we go, right? So I'm being the bro, you know what I mean? Best wingman of all time. I told you guys. And like, she literally messaged me, and then doesn't respond, and then I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to be doing here?
Bro, they play those games. I don't play them anymore. What I'm gonna start doing now, I've decided. If I'm texting a girl, I'm not texting. I'm texting her. If you want to talk to me, call me.
What?
If it's like a here and there, oh, I'm at your house, you don't have to call. But if you want to have a conversation about anything, if it's not, I'm here, or something stupid, you send me a picture, it's fine, whatever. Small things, sure, you could text me. If you want to have a conversation, call me.
Oh, so you mean like, what's it called? Like if they're not okay, I get what you mean. Where it's like if it's actually a long conversation, you can do it. You can have it in 5 minutes over the phone.
Don't text me. Yeah, it's just bound to end up bad.
But the only issue with that is like if you're just getting to know a person, then they might not feel comfortable talking to you just yet.
Better start. But you see, that's like the difference. Like, it's not gonna work the other way. Texting with conversation is just not gonna work.
No, that I get. Where it's like if I'm texting a girl, like I'm, like one of the first things I'm trying to do if I think it's going well is I'm gonna ask them to hang out in person, right?
Yeah.
But like, and I know what you mean.
But I feel like it comes off like normal. Let's say normal when you're talking to them. Oh yeah, I had a good time talking to you. Maybe let's hang out on this day. She's not gonna be like, no, I can't. I cleaned my house today. I'd be like, what the fuck?
No, in that sense, I get it. But it's like if you're just talking to her for like the first day, like she's still might be comfortable. If you're messaging her for a fucking week, then I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Just call me or make plans to hang out, right? Because like, no offense, you can have an 8-hour conversation on text messages in like 5 minutes, right? Because like, I would be working, let's say, and a girl would text me and be like, hey, I can't text you right now. I'm going to call you after my shift. Yep. And they'd be like, oh, don't worry. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean don't worry about it? Like, I'm not texting you when I'm at work. Right. I'm fucking serving tables. You want me to be, like, in front of my table? Hey, guys, my name is Jamie. How am I? Oh, one sec. Sorry, guys. If I can bring my phone out? Sorry, and bring my phone out? Like.
Yeah, and it's also, like, when you're texting a girl, especially, like, if you're working, it's like, okay, I'm not looking at my phone all the time when I'm at work. you
Yeah,
know?
or like even when I'm just doing anything in life, I'm not on my phone 24/7.
Yeah. And I mean, the thing is, you get the notification. Like, I'm sure when you text a girl, they will see it within
A certain amount of time.
a certain amount of time. But 8 hours, nobody's not checking their phone for 8 hours.
Oh no, it's fully it's horseshit.
Yeah.
100%.
So you already know. It's like people like think, oh, maybe she's busy or some shit. Hell no.
It's like, no, why am I waiting? Like, because if you are busy, you're gonna be like, hey, I can't talk from here to here because I'm busy.
Yeah.
If
That's
you're
what I do.
if you're not busy and you just don't message back,
If
you're just seeking attention.
Yeah, and sometimes people will text me, or like, let's say this girl that I hung out with, she texted me when I was at work, and then I didn't respond for a couple hours or something because I was at work. And then when I got home, I said, sorry, I was at work. I got a little busy, but I can text now if
Yeah.
you want to, right? Like, I'll be responsive. Like, I'm not like, oh, I see it? Okay, I'm going to wait 2 hours.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, because I remember especially in high school when like texting people and using their Instagrams was becoming more common, and there was literally a rule book of how to do it, and it's like you always have to wait. If they make you wait 10 minutes for a text back, it's like, who the fuck
You
gives a
can't
shit?
respond too fast.
Like, it's too desperate. I'm just
Yeah.
like, I got my life, man.
Yeah.
Like, I've been working since I'm not working now, but before COVID, I was working since I was 15. You know what I mean? I got shit that I'm doing. I'm in school. Like,
Mhm.
I'm studying, right? Like, I got shit that I'm doing, right? I can't always fucking message you back, but if I can, I will, right? And like, that's why, me personally, I hate this online fucking
Yeah.
bullshit. Like, the best way that I get into relationships is legitimately like I meet someone in person or through a mutual friend, and from there the ice is broken, whatever.
Mhm.
Like, a lot of my girlfriends, it's not a good thing, but a lot of them came from like new places that I worked at, right?
It's fine because you actually talk to them in person.
No, but I mean, like, it's not good that like every time I got a new job, I was like trying to like
Yeah, I see what you mean.
become BFG or some shit with one of the girls there, you know, because it's not healthy to do that unless it's natural, whatever.
Right.
Right. But like, I would take that any day over just fucking seeing a girl on Tinder, Bumble, fucking J Swipe, whatever the fuck you want to
Mhm.
do, and being like, oh my god, let's hang out this time.
Yeah, bullshit.
It's actually the worst.
And you know how I kind of related it to work. It was like, imagine you're the boss and you text your employee, I need you to do this. It's like, oh, sorry, I was cleaning my house. Like, it took me 8 hours to respond to you.
You're in like
I'd be like, you're fired. You're actually fired. Go out. Go away. Don't come back.
You're in a hybrid. You're in a hybrid workplace, let's say, where it's like 2 days at home, 3 days
Yeah.
in the office. In the office, they're always fine or whatever, but then the 2 days they're at home, the productivity just comes down because they're cleaning their fucking house.
Yeah.
It's like, who the fuck do you think
When
you are?
I get an email at work, I respond within like 5 minutes.
Why? But you gotta wait a couple extra minutes so that way they don't.
But
think
that's
that
not
you're
cool,
begging.
right? That's
You-
not cool.
You can't look like you're begging for their work, my guy.
Fucking bullshit, bro.
Like, it is really dumb.
Every time I get an email at work, I actually pride myself on this. If someone asks me to do something that I can do pretty quickly,
You do it pretty quickly.
yeah, you get, like, let's say, oh, we need this and we need this. Can you send it to me? You're getting an email back within 5 minutes with exactly what you need, right?
It's funny because you're saying that you're proud of yourself for that, but once again, it's like being proud of the student who's always late at school being on time one time.
Yeah, basically, from what I see, it's like people can't do that,
Like-
which it should be the standard.
Like, I remember Joe Rogan was talking about it. Where he's talking about like mental health days, right?
Mhm.
And he straight up looks into the camera and he's like, I don't give a fuck about your mental health days, okay? If you're sick, you're sick.
Yeah.
If you have mental like health, I mean, it's a little aggressive, right? But like, you obligate yourself to this. To
You
this
signed
company,
up for it.
right? And I get that your mental health may not be in the best place, but you got to figure out ways to work on it,
Mhm.
right? And like, if I say, oh sir, I need to take a mental health day, like my employer, he's like, I'm not paying you for that, because I'm not like, if you're sick and you can't come to work because you're gonna get everyone else sick, that I get, right?
Yeah.
I mean, mental health is also a newer concept.
Yeah, I think if it's like that should kind of be understood. If you want to take a mental health day, you can't expect like to get paid.
I know, but the thing is, like, especially if let's say your service, right? Your service industry.
Mhm.
Like, being a waiter is the best example. And you're working a Saturday night at a fucking sports bar, and it's UFC, right? And it's gonna be fucking packed out the ass. You telling your employer, I have to take a mental health day?
No.
You're getting fired on the spot.
Yeah,
Because,
that's not how the real world works, you know.
but it's not even that. It's like I really do like appreciate people being more open about their mental health, but you have obligations in life, right?
Mhm.
And mental health is a very high priority, but you also have to prioritize what other people need, right? Because like if I have mental health, let's say, I'm not gonna go to my if I'm doing a project with a bunch of group members, I can't tell them, hey guys, I'm not doing the work. I need to take mental health off, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm fucking screwing them over,
Yeah, you are.
right? And that makes
And I hate to say it, but that's what it is, more or less.
yeah.
Like, I won't get into it too much, but there's a girl from my work who her son is sick all the time.
Okay.
So she took like a stress leave, which
Okay.
is fine. I understand it. But it did kind of like screw us up a little bit,
Okay.
right? So I can feel bad, and I do feel bad, because it is definitely a stressful situation.
Not even that.
But-
It's like if her kid's in and out of a fucking hospital
Yeah.
or some shit, you know. I mean, like I get that.
So she took a stress leave, but at the end of the day, like, it's a company, you know, and the company needs to keep going a certain way, needs to do certain things, and if it's like here and there's some things that are causing the company issues, it's tough to move forward.
I don't know. Another way to think about it is like imagine you literally live paycheck to paycheck, right?
Mhm.
Unfortunate situation. You're not taking mental health days off.
No,
Because
you're working all the time.
And no offense, your mental health will suffer a bit, right? Because
Mhm.
you need to work no matter what. But if you have the money, right, and you're still saying this mental health stuff or whatever, and you're choosing your mental health over an income, right?
Mhm.
It's really what it is. So no matter what, the people giving you income can be like, your mental health, like I get it, take your time, but you can't get paid for it.
Mhm.
Like this isn't paid work vacation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't. That's why it doesn't make sense to me, right? And maybe it's because like I know that I have good mental health, and even though I have like certain days where I'm just not feeling it for whatever reason, like I know what I can and cannot do because of my issues. I guess I wouldn't even call them issues. Like everyone has them, you know, where like you're stressed about where you're gonna be in the future, or like sure, just shit like that, right? So I think everyone has that, but I can't be like, oh, I really just gotta take a day to fucking get some extra sleep because I'm afraid of my future.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or I'm afraid that I won't be making enough money like I want to.
Yeah. I mean, for me though, for us, I think we do have mental strength, I guess you would say. But
It's not about that though, I don't think.
but
I think everyone has mental strength. Sorry, go ahead.
you know, I had this realization when we were younger, and there would be like grumpy old men.
Yeah.
You know, you're just like grumpy older people
Yeah.
in general. I was like, what the hell are you so mad about? Like, why are you just mad? You know, I'm just a kid.
And life is a nightmare.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I fully get it now.
Oh yeah.
I fully understand where they're coming from, bro. I hate kids.
But it's not. I don't even. You're talking about mental health or whatever. I don't think it's about kids. There's this,
They piss me off so much. It's like the one thing in my life where it's like it's one thing that actually just continuously pisses me off.
okay, what age of kids are we talking about here? Or
Like
don't say all
how
of
remember how I was like 11 and a half, 14 at that age,
Yeah.
or whatever. Just like the younger teens and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. Another thing happened.
Oh God.
So there was 2 days at the gym. The first day, I wanted to use the assisted pull-up machine, right?
For anyone who doesn't go to the gym, basically, if you do pull-ups, but let's say you can't do as many as you'd like, there's a machine where there's a platform below you where you can basically say that it'll help you lift a certain amount less weight.
Yeah. So I put it on like 50 pounds. So when I'm doing pull-ups, it's like 50 pounds lighter. Okay. So I wanted to use it, but there was a kid using it,
Okay.
right? There is a proper way to get off that machine. You don't just fucking jump off of it and because the thing will
yeah.
like slam.
So what's it called? Because you're on top of the platform, right? So it's pushing you up by a certain amount of weight. So when you get off it, let's say, and you leave it down low and you let go, it'll go flying up.
Yeah, and it'll like bang and like could break something, right?
Yeah.
So there was a kid on it, and he was doing it every fucking time, and he was on it for so long, like he's just banging the machine, fucking like breaking it pretty much, right? So I was like, oh, this is fucking great. Like I can't get it in like a good workout because this guy is fucking breaking the machine, right?
Okay.
So I'm like, whatever happens. I go the next day. The next day I go to the gym. all the good machines were broken. Every single cable fly, the assisted pull-up machine, basically anything that wasn't a fucking piece of shit machine was broken, right?
And you think it was the kid?
I think it was the kids because the kids are there like all the time and they pack the place. I don't think it was someone who knows what they're doing in the gym or is like, you know what I mean?
Let me ask you a question, right? Do you think it's them being stupid or that them?
I think it's them being stupid. 100%.
Let me finish my fucking question, okay, asshole?
I don't even have to hear the next point.
Or do you think maybe they just don't know because they are young kids and they're trying to get into it, let's say? Or is it just they're trying
The thing is, if you're trying to get into it, you don't go to the gym with 20 of your friends, you know?
I mean, yeah, like 100% correct. But the thing is, because like we know the kids around that area in particular, and it's like the school's right there, so they could literally just be going after school and just being social about it, whatever. But like I know that when I was their age, like more like 15, let's say, trying out the gym, if I was doing something wrong, I didn't know about it until someone pointed it out.
Right.
Point out respectfully too.
You weren't coming with 20 guys huddling around a bench press.
See, you're saying that, but
I hope you weren't.
I mean, I was coming with like me and my buddies. We would all go around the same time. This is
That's
when
fine.
we could drive. So it was like 6, 7, 8 of us, and we also had friends who we met at the gym. So like I told you, like we would have long conversations just without realizing.
Right. But this is like I'm saying like there was 5 guys huddled around the assisted pull-up machine.
Yeah.
It's like what's happening here, you know?
But did it ever dawn on you maybe to go up to them and be like, hey, just so you know, if you're down here and you just let go, you can break the machine. Just so you know.
I don't care that much.
That's what I'm saying though. Maybe no one told them and they just don't
I think
know.
it's a mix of both. Because if you were actually
just say I'm right, dude. Come on, fuck.
If you were actually serious about the gym, you don't go with 20 of your best friends.
Yeah, once again, they could literally be going.
And they're
after school
also like, I see that they're not working out. They will literally huddle around like all the benches and just talk. Like they're not exercising.
But I'm saying like we did very similar things.
I didn't.
Okay, well you're fine. you're a special case of fucking stupidity.
Anyways.
But I'm saying legitimately like.
I see your point.
I'm saying that we did it without knowing. Maybe they're just not. Maybe they just don't know about what they're doing is stupid or could hurt them or whatever. It's like when someone has bad form, right? On like let's say they're benching and you can just see they're fucking like. Someone's doing leg press and they're fucking locking their legs. The worst thing you can fucking do, right? Some people just don't know that you shouldn't be doing that, right? And no one tells them about it.
Form is a different thing, though.
No, but I'm saying it's the same idea where it's like someone with bad form may just not know they have bad form. Someone who's doing something stupid in the gym may just not know they're doing something stupid in the gym. And if they're being loud and whatever, then they're obnoxious. I don't disagree. But if they're just talking and having a lengthy conversation, they don't realize what they're doing affects other people around them.
Yeah.
Right? Because don't forget, we were fucking stupid kids too. We weren't the fucking smartest.
I think we probably were also a little bit annoying, but not on that level.
By the
way, we do think that the new generation is just
a
bunch of idiots.
But we also know kids our generation who were absolutely
not as bad though.
Yeah, you just didn't realize.
Okay. Anyway,
you know what? Hold up. Viewers, this is the most progressive I'll ever fucking be, okay? Do you fucking hear me right now? I'm literally saying maybe it's not their fault. Who knows, you know?
I think it's their fault. Anyways, this is besides the point.
No, but it kind of is because, here's a good way to explain it. When me and you used to go to the gym together at that community center, we used to go and we were fucking scrawny little, douchey little kids, and we would go in the leg press and put 7, 8 plates on.
I know.
And we would... I'm not going to put my feet up because y'all ain't getting those free feet pics.
Yeah, our range of motion was like...
And our range of motion was like that. And we thought we were just killing it. And one time we didn't even put the weights back, and one of the guys working at the gym told us, "Hey, put it back." We're like, "Oh, sorry, we just didn't realize."
Yeah.
Right. But we weren't being assholes about it, and also we didn't have good form because we weren't paying attention. We were doing this.
But we didn't have good form and stuff. But we weren't sitting at the leg press for half an hour.
Yeah, we were there for a pretty long time.
Anyways, it's besides the point of the story.
It is part of the story. I'm telling you, maybe I have the different perspective.
Okay, so I would say if I would put my money on it, it was probably the fucking kids who huddle around the machines and do some stupid shit. Anyways,
I'm not disagreeing with that though. I'm not. I'm saying they could have broken every fucking machine.
Yeah.
But no one told them they were breaking it until it was broken.
Okay, so it was broken. Okay.
Good guy, Moose.
Then, so I go the next day. And now I'm really struggling to get a good workout because literally
half the machines are broken.
Yeah, everything all the good machines are fucking broken, right?
Okay.
So now I have to improvise, right?
Okay.
And I end up I hurt my back. I hurt my lat.
Doing what?
Bit. Doing like the where you hold the weight it was basically this move.
You mean cable rolls from the bottom?
Yeah, but I was holding dumbbells. I don't know, like I tweaked something
What?
like that. I don't know, it was weird.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's because gravity's gonna fuck you there.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I was doing like this. I saw it on like something. I don't know.
What, Athlete X or something?
Yeah, yeah.
Your Lord and Savior.
So I fucking hurt my back. So now I was thinking, I hurt my back because the fucking kids in the gym broke every machine.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
That's your fault, not theirs.
I agree it is my fault, but at the same time, it wouldn't have happened if they broke every machine.
Okay, that's just an excuse though.
What do you mean?
I'm against you on this 100%.
Why?
You changing your workout is fine, but when you go from say cable flies to dumbbell flies, you have to lower the weight.
It was only 15 pounds.
It's a new movement. Yeah, but how much are you cable flying for?
Well, the same.
Exactly. You got to lower the weight when you do it with a different object because no matter what, it's a different feel.
Yeah, I'm saying like at the end of the day, it was my fault that I hurt myself, right?
But
what led to that was all the kids breaking every machine.
Still, you shouldn't have hurt yourself doing that.
Yeah. Anyways,
you know what? Just fucking say it. Just say this, right? Say, Jamie,
I don't.
You are correct right now. Okay?
But I'm also correct.
No. Say it. Say I'm correct.
You're correct. I have no problem saying that.
Say it right.
Jamie, you're correct. But I'm also not incorrect.
You're fully incorrect. No matter what, if they broke machines, they broke machines, whatever. That's a separate issue. But if you're improvising, you gotta think of form, and you gotta think of how you're not gonna hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Like if I change my workouts right now in my home gym, and I'm doing something different, but it's the same muscle group, you always lower the weight.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
Yeah.
Like if I'm going from say military press to shoulder press, what I do on military press is not gonna be what I do on shoulder press.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Same thing with like, if I go if I start switching from bench press to dumbbell press,
You're not doing the equivalent.
No, I'm working like on my form on dumbbell press.
Yeah.
And I'm moving up like a little quicker because it's more like the baby steps or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But because right now I bench 235, right? Your boy's huge. I'm not doing the equivalent of that on dumbbells or even the 45-pound less because that's the number. I can still out dumbbell press you any day. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but no shot you do 235.
I know, but 235 on dumbbell press is actually 190 because you get rid of the bar and that's how you do it because it's more free weight, so it's more movability. I'm still not doing 95s a dumbbell.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'll do like 75s, and then if I feel good,
you could do more than I do 75.
I know, but I'm doing 75 the first time, and if I feel good, I'll move up to 80 the next time. And if I feel good, I'll go to 85 the next time. And I think if that's a good area, I'll stay around 85.
Yeah,
because I start small. You start smaller, not heavier.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And it's kind of like when you see people go to the gym and they have a trainer, and the trainer has them doing stuff with 2.5 pound fucking plates or whatever, and you know they can do more. It's not about that, right? It's about learning how to do it before you actually do it.
Form is king.
Form will always be king. But
yeah.
I don't know. Just say it again. I want to hear it again. Jamie, you are correct.
Jamie, you're correct.
Thank you. Oh, my ego is fucking high right now.
So yeah, that was my story. You got any stories? Anything happened to you this week?
Nothing really, besides the fact I've still been job hunting, right? And remember the first time that I talked about it, I said like, for every dozen applications, maybe I'll get one callback. That was that was full of shit.
Okay.
Right? I've maybe done 100 like LinkedIn not LinkedIn, like LinkedIn applications, company website applications, all that stuff, and I've directly messaged say like 10 to 15 hiring managers to try to like gain a connection or whatever. Nobody fucking wants to hire me, and like it's fucking annoying, right? Like 100 applications, let's say, equated to I want to say 3 interviews. Right? I had the one job offer before that was fucking bullshit, and I might have an offer coming up this week. Hopefully, fucking.
You got an interview coming up?
It was weird. So basically, this company is a really big company, international, $2 billion in yearly revenues. Out of that, I believe 200 million in net revenues, right? So. Basically, they own a bunch of companies, and they were hiring for someone to market all the different companies, right?
Sure.
And so I applied to the Canadian division, right? And I get an interview, right? I was shocked that I got an interview. So I look up the place.
Can you say I guess you won't say, but
like in Canada, they own a bunch of companies, mainly pertaining to like school supplies.
Okay.
And then in America, they have a million other things. They have gaming companies and whatever, right? And you guys might be able to find out what it is if you guys live in Canada and you guys know what I'm talking about. But so I get the interview. She really likes me. But the thing is, we were supposed to do an interview on a Thursday at like 3:00, right? She basically gave me a bunch of times, and I literally said any day after noon, right? Just so I can fucking wake up, be fresh, whatever, good, right? So literally 10 minutes before the interview, Thursday at 2:50, I get 8 minutes, sorry, 2:52. I get an email saying, hey, something came up. I need to reschedule our interview. And first thing I thought of was 8 minutes before my interview, you telling me this?
Yeah.
Your boy literally set up his whole day to do this interview, right? Because me, I get nervous. So I have like things that I do to calm me down, right? Like I think I had a workout before. I took a nice shower, whatever. I ate my food, whatever. So I planned my whole day around it, right? And 8 minutes before, she tells me we have to do it a different day. So I'm like, okay, don't send me the same link. Just pick any other time, afternoon, any day of the week. I don't care, right? Okay, we'll do it Monday. Like, fuck, really? I gotta wait another 4 or 5 days for this interview? Right? Monday comes around, 3:00, right? I'm at my computer at 2:30, let's say. 3:30 comes around, and I email her. I'm like, is this interview still going on? What's going on, right? And then I get a phone call at about 3:50, right? And she said, I'm so sorry, something else came up. I really do apologize. I couldn't even message you. And I'm like, you know what? Don't worry, because it's a big company. You got shit to do. And also, like, if I'm nice to her, then that shows that I'm a really good person. I'm understanding, whatever. And I am understanding. You know, shit happens. She's like, if you want to do the interview now, we can. If not, we can schedule another day. I'm like, I'm not waiting another day. I'm sorry, right? Let's have this interview. Interview goes. It's like 25 minutes. She really likes me, right? And then she says, on this day, I believe it was like a Wednesday, right? I forgot. I don't remember if she said this week or the week after. She will message me if I get the second interview, right? And I thought I had it in the bag, right? Because once again, I'm good at interviewing. People generally like me on first notice,
right?
And once again, like, she messed up twice, and I was cool about it, right? And like, I'm assuming that's a trait that you would like.
Yeah.
Doesn't email me on Wednesday, so on Thursday I email her. I'm like, hey, I may have gotten the days mixed up. Was there a specific day that you wanted to talk about the second interview? And then she messaged me, oh yeah, I'll message you sometime next week, right? And that week is it's coming up. Right? It's this week.
Next week.
Yeah. So if I don't get an email back, I'm like, fuck, I gotta start from square one again, right? Because I can only apply to so many places because it updates so many times, right? Like maybe in a week, 30 new options will come up, and of those 30, maybe one will message me back, maybe, right? So just because of that, I'm just waiting here, and I'm like, fucking hell, like what am I supposed to do with my life while I wait for fucking people to call me back and whatever? Because don't forget, I'm not only am I doing these interviews, doing these applications, I'm literally messaging people that work at the company, right? Trying to like introduce myself, right?
That's all you really could do.
I know, but it's so annoying.
It'll happen eventually.
Like,
It's hard to get a job.
I know, but what I realized, and I feel like this actually is really good information for people who are finishing university or trying to enter the work sphere in some aspect. If you're in your last year of university, let's say, and you're in your first semester and you haven't updated your business profiles, or it doesn't matter, like I'm talking about business in the sense of like you can be in any kind of degree. It doesn't matter if it's like computer science or history or whatever. Make yourself approachable in a business sense because you're selling yourself to get a job.
Exactly.
So your LinkedIn profile needs to be updated. You need to have like your resume cannot be in a chart format because that gets thrown out immediately. Right?
I mean, you don't have to go all out on LinkedIn, but you need to have your experience there. It just needs to be like show what you've done.
It also needs to be that it also needs to look like you've been active. You can't have 5 connections and expect to get a job. You know what I mean? So I realized that towards the end of my 4th year that it wasn't up to date. So I had a friend come over. She helped me revamp it. Send out these connections, people that actually know me. So now I went from like knowing 10 people to knowing 200 people, right? And I'm still adding people every day, right? And my resume got updated, all that stuff. And from getting all that stuff ready is good, but you got to send it out, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, it'll take months and months and months to do so. So
the thing is, you're doing more than most. That's going to be the difference between you getting a job and other people not getting a job.
I know, but all that I want to say is if you want to get a job in whatever world it is, you can't wait to graduate, right?
Yeah, you got to
every application will ask you if you graduated, or if you're not, when do you plan to graduate? So if you're applying, say, in January of whatever year, but you're graduating that May, people are going to be like, okay, you have your degree, right? We can start you whenever. But it's going to take months and months and months to get the job. for the most part, right? Some people get lucky, and that's not a big deal. But if you start when you graduate, and let's say you don't have a lot of money, yeah, you're broke for the summer.
I think, see, for me, I have hired people from time to time and done certain interviews. So it's difficult when you don't have experience to get to the next spot. However, if you can kind of portray what you know you're talking about, yeah, through a message, right?
Yeah.
If you come and you say, you message the person, I'm hungry for this opportunity. I work really hard. I think I do this, and I have experience in this. I would love to do an interview. I think more often than not, they'll give you an interview, even if you don't have experience.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll give you an example of what not to do.
Go for it.
Because we used to hired someone a few months back.
Did you fire him?
Or I had an application. Whatever. It was an application.
Okay.
The person messaged me.
Okay.
I think I'm a really good fit for the job. Even though I don't have much experience in this field, I think I share the minds of people like Elon Musk, the
richest
the
fucking man in the world.
the Wright brothers, the people who invented the airplane, Nikola Tesla, basically everybody that changed the world in some kind of way. This guy fucking emailed, or this guy said in his message, he's like, yeah, so I think I'd be a really good fit for the graphic designer position. With all that, I'm literally like Elon Musk, Nikola Tesla, and I would be a really good fit for the graphic designer position.
Dude, imagine I applied. Imagine I applied to be a server, and I'm like, you know what? Think of the best server you've ever met. Now combine that with Bill Gates, and I'm that guy.
Yeah.
Like, are you stupid?
No, it's more like you apply and you're like, yeah, I'm pretty much the same as Bill Gates, so I think I would be a good position.
I'd be a great service assistant.
Yeah.
Like,
What
are you
the hell?
fucking
I'd
stupid?
be a great busboy.
No, like, it's so dumb. Like,
stupid as that, bro.
like I've applied for some graphic design jobs, right? Because social media marketing, graphic design has a very similar thing.
No, graphic design is like, going on the Photoshop and making things look nice and stuff.
But I'm saying it's very similar to social media marketing because you need to know how to graphic design to make really nice posters and just things like that, right? It's not a huge correlation, but it is. So people ask me what kind of graphic design experience I have. I said for businesses I don't have much, but for personal endeavors I do, because I have this channel. I do social media marketing for a company, whatever.
Which you should say in like the messages when you're messaging.
Yeah, like I literally tell people that I've made like YouTube channels for people and Twitch channel, which I have, right? And I've made the art for it and whatever. And although it's not amazing, it's not like the best work, but I have some experience. I don't have a lot, I have some.
Yeah.
And I'm very honest about it, right?
Yep.
And it portrays a lot better than saying, "Oh yeah, I don't have anything at all," right? It's a little bit, but it's not a lot, right? But speaking of stupid fucking resumes, I gotta tell you this, right? So our buddy, so his family owns a breakfast restaurant, and he straight up told me this. I was on the floor. So a dude comes in with a resume, right, to be a dishwasher.
Oh, I think I know this story. But anyway.
You want to know how long the resume was?
Wasn't it like 5 pages?
My guy, it was 12 pages.
Oh my god.
Front and back.
So 24
Double-sided,
pages?
my guy. Like, apparently he was a dishwasher somewhere else.
Yeah.
And so when you have a resume, obviously you talk about your past experiences, but you talk about what you did, right? Like 2 or 3 bullet points of what you did, right? This guy, one job experience was 2 pages of stuff that he did for that company. Okay? So literally, I would take the knives, the forks, and the spoons, run it through the dishwasher, then I would single-handedly, with a towel, clean the spoons first, followed by the forks, followed by the knives. And if they had to get cleaned again for whatever reason, they went through a second cycle.
So stupid, bro.
You think bro, first of all, I
He was passionate about the dishwasher.
I don't think I've ever seen someone not get a job for a dishwasher before.
Yeah, that's like, you want a job, here you go.
Like, literally, that's your first job in the world.
Mhm.
It was my first job, too, right? Like, me, I'm just like, for my waiting experience, oh, yeah, I made sure that all my stations were sanitary. I made sure that every table enjoyed their time. And I also came in on days that I wasn't supposed to because managers asked me. That's like 3 things, 3 lines worth of stuff. good. Tells you a pretty good amount of the job. Not, I single-handedly would go to one table, make sure that I got their order written down,
Ask them how they're doing.
and then instead of going to the booth to punch it all in, what I would then do is go to a second table, write on a second piece of paper what they want, and get 2 orders done at once.
Mm-hmm.
That way, when the food comes for one table, it comes for the other table at the same time.
Yeah,
And
it's
I would
just
run,
it's just a waste.
like, are you fucking stupid?
Yeah, it is very stupid.
Get off your phone.
I just wanted to. I had this point that I wanted.
Oh, okay,
to.
go ahead. Sorry, my bad. I'm aggressive. But yeah, it's like, where do you think you're gonna go by telling someone your life story to get a job? You need to know what good things to talk about and give it really quick,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like the best way I can explain, I had an interview. The dude saw my sound panels in the back. I turned the camera. Hey, I play drums, right? And like this was before the interview. Oh, that's really cool. I play drums. That's really cool. We have similar interests, and I just find that it's a really good pastime. Let's get back to the interview.
Yeah.
The guy likes me
You
already.
keep it moving.
Why do I gotta talk about drums
Yeah.
for 5 hours?
No, you
right?
don't. You don't.
It's enough.
You don't. You just keep things moving. You
Yeah.
know? Keep it moving. Keep it light. Here's a few points. Here's what I did.
Be concise. That's
know?
all you gotta do. Be concise.
That's what it is. But more often than not, just be normal. You know? Just
Be yourself.
Yeah. Be yourself. Be normal.
It's like going on a date when you're all
Mhm.
nervous and stuff. No, just be yourself.
Don't have to overthink anything. Just like that. Just live your life, you know?
I don't know. It's such a weird concept when you think about it because people don't know how to be themselves.
No, they don't.
It's like people can be themselves when they're by themselves, but in front of others, they have to change who they are.
Yeah. Like, I was at a trade show, and every company, like, that I talk to there, I'm like, what do you guys do, right?
Okay.
They give me, like, some crazy long, like, we do this, and we do that, and this, and this, and this. And it's like, at the end of the day, what they do is, like, sell lights. Like, I'm like...
But the way
Yeah.
they do it,
And honestly, it hurts that. Like I personally think it hurts you when you talk like that. It's like, oh, we make lights, and if you need it, it's like we're able to do it as quickly as possible. I don't need the fucking, well, you know, this and this
Dude,
and that.
like imagine that like you own a gaming company, like you
Right.
like your company makes video games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Someone asks you about it. Okay, well first we hire all these people,
Mhm.
right? And then we tell them exactly what we want in the video game, and they do it. It's like, no, we make this fucking video game. You want to check it out? Go check it out.
Right.
It doesn't make sense. Like why you're
Yeah.
being so over exaggerative about it.
Doesn't make sense.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, that was pretty much it. If you want, we can move on from this topic, because that's something that happened to me today.
Dude, you're so annoying with how you transition.
Well, this is just a
my guy,
different topic.
I know, but just be like, yo, you want to know what happened today? You don't gotta, you know what I mean?
But then you'd be like, what, is this a separate topic?
And if I say that, you're like, yeah, it's a new topic.
So why don't I just say it's a new
Because
topic?
if I don't know that it's a new topic, then I gotta ask. But you don't gotta, the whole, like, everyone here is gonna be like,
Nah, I don't think so.
speaking of which, do you know what happened? Like, just fucking be like, yo, my guy.
Okay.
New thing. Let's see
Separate
what happened.
topic, anyways.
Go ahead.
I was getting my haircut today.
Lit.
Um,
By the way, put your head here. Come on. Barber slap.
so some chick is paying, whatever. She's paying for the haircut. Knocks over the business cards at the front of the desk.
Okay.
Right? Like knocks. It was like in a little stand. Knocked it over. She goes, "Oh, I'm sorry." Doesn't pick it up. So basically, she knocked it over, spilled all over the floor. She goes, "Oh, sorry, I'm a mess."
You misogynistic
Right?
pig.
Then doesn't pick it up. So the chick comes like around the table.
This is the place that I went to yesterday, right?
No, it's the first choice.
Oh,
Yeah.
you fucking weirdo.
So the chick comes around. She's picking it up off the floor. The person that's going to pay now. Oh, I'm such a mess. Whatever. I'm
So
sitting.
clean up your fucking mess, huh?
Yeah, I'm sitting waiting for my haircut because she was before me.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, that's questionable, right? I already don't like you. But then, like it doesn't end there. Obviously not. She starts having trouble paying. Oh, the card's not working. Like, am I just like, am I the only one that thinks everybody is just like they just can't do anything?
We are a stupid fucking society.
I
I'll
just
tell you that much.
can't. Like everywhere I go, I'm just like, oh my god, I just can't deal with it.
No, you know what? Like, let me tell you what, right? So I went to this new hairdresser that you recommended to me, right?
Mhm.
And you and another friend recommended it to me. So I'm like, okay, if you guys like it, whatever. So I set up an appointment. I texted the guy because you gave me his number.
Mhm.
They called me immediately, right? Said, hey, we have these 2 times available. Pick a time, right? I'm like, okay, no worries. I'll do the earlier time, right? Get up. It's like 11 a.m. So I wake up. You know, I relax for a bit. Then I go, right? At about 10:30, right before I'm about to go, they messaged me saying, hey, can you come in at 11:10 instead?
Mhm.
First of all,
10 minutes though.
I know, but hats off to you.
Yes.
Because most people wouldn't tell me that. Just, oh, we're running late. Why the fuck am I waiting for you, right?
Mhm.
But whatever. So I wanted to get there early, so I get there at 11 on the dot.
Okay.
Because it's 11:10. I'm like, hey, can I go use your bathroom, whatever? Yeah, no worries. Go right ahead, right? Go right ahead. I go use the bathroom. I come out, whatever. 5 minutes come by. The person in front of me is finishing. So the lady at the front says, hey, I'm going to wash your hair. Because it's more of a woman's hair salon, so whatever. So she washes my hair. And then she sits me down. She offers me coffee, tea, water, whatever I want, right? And I'm like, what is this 5-star service right now?
It's nice, you know.
Right? And like she was the lady on the phone too, right? So she's kind of doing everything, right? I'm assuming that she was either the guy's wife, mom, whatever, right? I don't fucking know,
Mhm.
right? So the guy cuts my hair, and he's talking to me. He's trying to make conversation, which is like, like most hairdressers, because
Gail's a beauty, bro. I guess I shouldn't have said
that's
that.
fine.
Whatever.
What the fuck does it matter?
Yeah, first name. Okay.
Wow,
Okay.
it's a fucking popular name.
Yeah.
So he's trying to talk to me about it, and I can tell he's from Israel, so I'm like, oh, we're from Israel, whatever. He's making conversation while he's doing my hair, right? And nowadays, most people can't make a conversation for their fucking life, right? So he does that, and then he's like, when he finishes, right? There's like the lady at the front is helping somebody else, so I wait for her, and then while she's busy, he's like, you know what? I'll just do payment for you, right? So for everything, haircut, beard, $35, relatively cheap nowadays.
Yeah.
Like the guy that I used to go to, he wanted $35 for the haircut alone.
Plus you got the shower.
Yeah,
Or
plus
whatever,
they
not the
do
shower.
everything, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And she offered me coffee. She was nice to me when I came in. They were respectful about my time because they told me to come a bit later just because they were busy instead of just making me whatever. So the lady at the front, I give her $5, right? Because she's the one that did everything, right? And she looks at me like with the biggest smile on her face, right? And I know it's weird like tipping a hairdresser because the guy owns the place,
Right.
whatever. So I gave her a little bit of side money, and he was so nice about it too, thankful. And I'm like, that's just a good experience, right? They were just respectful people. Now, not the guy that I went before him, but the guy before that, because I've been to 4 hairdressers in my life, right? The one I went to from when I was fucking 0 years old till fucking 18, and then a different guy, and then a different guy, and then this guy. Okay, so the second guy, when I first went to him, it was $30 in total, $20 for a haircut, $10 for a beard. During COVID, he couldn't run, so I literally called him like, hey, I'll come to your house. I'll drive all the way. Like this guy lives a bit far from me, right? His hair salon was literally 2 minutes from my place, right? I go to him, half an hour to his house, right? A few times. He's really thankful about it because my guy's not making money, right? He just bought a house and he just bought a business and whatever, right? Does my hair nice, whatever. He increases the price on me randomly at his house. And I'm like, my guy, haircut, beard, why are you adding whatever? But it was $5, right?
Okay, sure.
So $35, not that much. And then a few times later I go, he's like, yeah, I'm increasing the prices again. It's going to be $40. $40 is my fucking limit.
Yeah, that's expensive.
For a haircut and beard, right? It went from being $20 haircut and $10 beard to like $25 and $15. Then he opens up his place again because COVID's over. I know it's a bit of a long story. My apologies. But he opens the place up. And I'm thinking, I literally gave him business during COVID, right? Like, I'm not asking for anything, but don't be grateful. But like, I could have just fucking stayed at home, and cut my own hair or whatever, right? And I gave you money.
Upcharged you.
He opened the place up, right? He started doing the online booking, fine. He wanted $35 for a haircut, $20 for beard, and if you do both, $50 instead.
Plus tip, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Hell no.
Like, and he owns the place too. Like, because I would go to some of the other guys, and I'd ask him like how it works for them, and he'd be like, "Oh yeah, we give him half, and we get the rest half." It's a fair number, right? So them, I would give them a tip. Him, I wouldn't give him a tip. He owns the fucking place. He's making he's making bank off these other guys, right? And I'm looking at him like, why do you want $50 from me when I've been so respectful as hell about you? Like if I was ever running late, I message you about it, right? But if you were running late, I literally waited outside his house for half an hour one time. Like, and I'm not gonna lie, I had to go to the bathroom before I left. I was gonna be like, hey, can I use the bathroom real quick? I waited half an hour.
Okay.
Like, it just
I have two things.
it's like a weird. I know it's like a weird thing to bring up, but it's like he wasn't respectful of my time.
Mm-hmm.
He kept over like a 2-year period. He doubled his prices.
Yeah.
Right. When I was being very respectful to him, going to him when he couldn't run. Right. I was literally in his fucking garage. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like doing the mask shit, whatever. And when he comes back, he's telling me, "Oh yeah, it's double the price.
Yeah.
No exceptions." What the
Okay.
fuck, bro?
Here, I have two things.
Go for it.
First of all, if you have someone who's like a long-term client of yours, I understand, like, you can't give them super special privileges, but you can give them a little bit of privileges.
A little something, right?
A little extra on the side. Like, nobody cares, and it's like more like a nice thing to do. Also, like, guys' hairs, like, I don't think what you're asking for is like super complex, right? Like, it's just a fade.
You know what I'm asking for, and I'll tell you what. Because when I do my haircut and beard, it should be no more than half an hour.
Yeah.
Because my beard is shit.
Mm-hmm.
I have a really bad beard. I just want it to be lined up, trimmed with like the side of my hair, just to make it look nice all at once. I do a bald fade, and I take a little bit off the top, right? And I just pull it back.
Mm-hmm.
Not a hard thing to do. The bald fade takes 10 minutes.
Yeah.
The beard takes 5. The haircut should take 10, and then 5 minutes for extra shit, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Maybe do my eyebrows, whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
right? It's not a long time.
No, it's not.
Go
It's
ahead,
a quick thing.
Go ahead.
So yeah, the fact that he's upcharging you is bullshit. My second thing here is you said you wanted to use the guy's bathroom,
Yeah.
and then in the haircut you just went to, you used the bathroom there.
Like I went there. I mean, no, it was just like I had to go to the bathroom. Like
What? Why don't you just go before you leave?
Well, no.
Why do you go there?
I mean, okay,
I don't like to shit in places that's not my bathroom.
I get that. So
You
I
just feel
I
comfortable?
think I think I have IBS, to be honest. I think I've been what is it, internal bowel syndrome.
Okay.
Like it runs in my family. I never got tested, but I've always had the same thing. But when it comes to this guy, right? I never had the issue. It was just like it was a long drive, and right when I got in the car and I left the house,
I would hold it.
I did
Oh, okay.
because he was already so late. I had to be home. At a certain time.
Yeah.
But them, I literally went to like the people were like yesterday. I went to the bathroom before I left, and then when I'm driving, I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta
That's
go.
how it works.
It just happens sometimes. You know what I mean? Because it's like for me, a lot of it comes if it's like a new place. I'm not necessarily nervous, but I've never been there before, and I don't know who they are.
Take a shit. You got shit in there just to feel comfortable. Okay.
No. It's just like if I go to a new place, it's like
That's
my
hilarious.
stomach will sometimes hurt just because
Mhm.
I've never been around there or whatever. I'm not used to it.
That's just Sigma male, bro. It's like any new place that you go, you just take a shit.
I'm marking my territory.
Yeah.
Fuck you, okay?
It's hilarious.
No, I had to go. Like,
Yeah,
it
I
just
got
happened
it. I got it.
But I do think I have IBS, right?
Yeah.
Just because like it actually runs in my family, and
Uh-huh.
they have the same symptoms as me when it comes to like different things, whatever.
It's the Sigma family. Anyways.
Fuck you, okay? But yeah, so I think I have it, whatever. But I just have to use the bathroom, and like one person was cool about it, and one person was like not cool about it,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's just like why you not? What's wrong? What's wrong with me using the bathroom, right?
Mhm.
Takes 5 minutes. Like allow me. What is it?
Yeah, there's no difference.
It's like a weird. It's like a
And
weird.
just for
thing.
me, like I would try to get it all out before I get there.
Okay, well guess what? I'm not trying to be late, okay?
Yeah, okay.
I'm trying to get it all out, bro. Like okay.
Take some laxatives or something.
What the fuck am I taking laxatives for 24 hours? I'll be on the fucking shitter, bro. What do you mean? I'm trying to lose weight, bro? No, like, okay, another example. Because now you brought up my shitting issues. Okay, fuck you. So when I worked for my dad in construction,
Mm-hmm.
we worked outside all day. But we worked at multiple job sites on a daily basis,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because what we did, it takes a few hours, and then you pack up, you go to a different job, right? So we'd be in someone's backyard for fucking 10 hours a day. Now, sometimes your boy just has to go to the bathroom because it's literally more than a third of the day that I'm out, right? So,
Right.
So some people, oh, no worries, man. Come in, take your boots off,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
No worries. You're good. Some people, oh, I would, but like there's something happening in the house. So can you go to the Tim Hortons 2 kilometers away? I'm like, you want me to tell my boss to pack up, drive me for just 2 kilometers to go use the bathroom? You want that's like 40.
Yeah, like if someone needs to, you gotta.
Be respectful.
You gotta allow it.
Like don't forget, I'm not super dirty. Maybe my boots are. I take my boots off before I
Right.
get in, right? And And what am I gonna do in your house with your like? You're fucking there. You know what I mean? What am I gonna steal from you?
Nah.
Like
Like you have to allow it if someone asks you.
it's like, bro, I'm dead ass.
Also, I feel like most people have a washroom that nobody uses.
Not even that. It's like if I'm in the backyard, it's the backyard's always like where the kitchen or living room is.
Mhm.
The bathroom's right there, right? If you really have an issue with it, my boots are off.
Right.
I'm not dirty. I'm not dirtying anything up, right? People make such a big deal about it. I'm like, dude, have some common decency,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because it really shows character in a sense.
It does.
It's kind of funny. Your character is really shown when you don't let someone use the fucking bathroom, right?
Mm-hmm. Bro, it's just a primitive world, bro. Oh, I actually had this conversation with my mom.
Go with it.
So, my mom has this friend, and her friend's kid, like this 14-year-old kid, doesn't, like, he's a bad kid. Gets
In
into
what way?
trouble, stole the car. shit
How old
like
is he?
that. 14.
Stole the fuck car.
Yeah, stole the car.
Gangster.
Right? Smokes cigs. 14 years old. Yeah, he's crazy.
Is this the 70s?
Right? So, my mom's friend is trying to say, oh, like, the kid, like, he just doesn't listen and all this stuff. I'm like, hell no. It's the fact that how you raised him. It's how you raised them. They're not just born to be, like, out of control.
It's this fucking snowflake generation.
Right? So, I was like, okay, well, what could lead to, like, a kid being like that? Right?
Yep.
The first thing immediately that I thought about was finishing your food.
What?
Yeah. Think about it primitively, okay? Or think about any other animal.
Stop saying primitively, okay?
Think about any other animal. When it's a baby, the mom or the dad brings food to the baby. Do you see any other species where the baby goes,
Nah.
I don't want it? You know why? Because if they don't eat it, they fucking starve.
Yeah, of course.
Right? That's how I was in my family. If I didn't eat the food, I'm not going and getting chicken fingers. Right?
Oh, yeah, my family, we were a bit different, bro. What's it called? No matter what, we ate the food. We were big people.
You know what I'm saying, though? It's not like if you didn't eat the food that was given to you, it's not like your mom or dad would go and say, oh, that's okay, Jamie. Do you want ice cream?
No.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like,
You don't
eat
get
your fucking food.
and then you can get dessert.
Yeah. Like, basically how I came to the conclusion, or what conclusion I came up to is like, let's say you don't like the food.
Okay.
You still have to eat it because what it shows is like that your parents are giving you something that ultimately keeps you healthy, right?
Okay.
They're giving you food so you can run. If you just like listen to whatever the kid says and like abide by whatever they do, he's not gonna fucking respect you.
He's not your kid.
Right?
You're his employee.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, oh, this person just does whatever they want, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like that was the first thing, and that's kind of how I came to the conclusion about that.
Well, the thing is, like...
about everything. It translates to everything.
No, I agree. Because I think that a lot of parents now who don't want kids, they have stupid reasons. But a lot of parents who do want kids shouldn't have kids. Because they're like, if your kid runs you, there's a fucking issue, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think you have the same kind of upbringing as me. Your mom, she did everything she could, but some things were up to your dad. And if your dad got involved, you knew you were fucked.
Yeah.
Right? Like my dad, like right now he's like I mess with him and he messes with me. Like it is kind of like a friendly relationship in a sense, but it's a good one, right? Back in the day, my dad was one scary motherfucker.
Yeah.
Right?
You should be afraid of your dad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My dad would fuck me up.
Yeah,
Right? If he had to. Right? Like, I'm sorry, you need to get spanked once in your life.
You gotta get an ass whooping every once in a while.
No. Once in your life. Just so you know that you can never go that far again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You like
I agree, and that's a hot take.
and
People think it's a hot
No,
take.
no.
I fully agree with you.
you shouldn't beat your kid.
No.
You shouldn't get beat.
But an ass whooping, just like a fucking spank, like, and not like a, you know,
No.
you're not smacking them as hard as you can,
You're not
but you're
putting your
basically
foot-
scaring them.
You're not putting your fucking handprint on his face.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's more like a scaring tactic.
100%.
Yeah.
So here, let me finish the story, right? So me, growing up, I ate everything but the vegetables,
Mm-hmm.
right? Your boy was a chubby kid, right? And I, like, if everything that you can be raised about, I was raised really well. But stuff that you couldn't be raised about, I wasn't. Like, I had an attitude,
Mhm.
right? Like, just naturally. I had like a swearing problem or whatever. But it was never stuff that like if my mom taught me something like how to be a good person, I was a good person.
Mm-hmm.
But I was aggressive, right?
Sure.
I mean, I still am aggressive, but whatever. But if I ever fucked with my mom, there was punishment for it.
Mm-hmm.
If the punishment didn't work, my dad, who was at work, I think I formally met my dad when I was 13 years old. You know what I mean? Like he was working his fucking ass off, right? And that's more of a joke. But if she ever threatened to get my dad involved, your boy, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I did what I was fucking told, right? I'll tell you what. I'm in Florida, okay? Now, we're going on a cruise ship, maybe? I don't fucking know. We were going on a cool vacation. We were going to do something. I don't fucking remember. Maybe it was like Walt Disney World. I don't fucking know, right? And my dad, he legitimately worked 16 hours a day for the longest time. And when he could, he would go on vacation just to fucking relax, right? Like it wasn't like he came home from work and relaxed. No, he went to work, came home, ate, slept.
Right.
You know what I mean? He was one of those, right? 2 jobs, really fucking hardworking guy. My mom hardworking too. I'm not taking anything away from her. But they had me and my older brother. We went on vacation. We went to Florida, and we go to like I think it was a Chicago style pizza place. You know, Chicago style where they do the cheese first and then the sauces and the toppings, right? So we're there. The pizza, by the way, bomb, bro.
Okay.
Separate from the story, but this was like more towards my teenage years, where I was very not angsty. I was very, what's the word? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know.
Like whatever your mom says, you just fucking you don't listen to it because you're in that teenage year. You're in the rebel years, right?
Right.
I don't remember. Like my family were cracking jokes, whatever. A joke comes my way, and I get so offended by it. I become a snowflake right there. I become
a Karen.
Yeah. I shit you not. I got so mad. I look at my mom dead in the fucking eyes. I'm like 12 years old. Mom, shut the fuck up. Bro.
I'm gonna beat your fucking ass, bro.
Listen, this is when I got my only whooping in life.
Okay.
My dad, without like
any hesitation,
right? Grabs me, pulls me out of the fucking restaurant. Packed restaurant, by the way. He put up a scene.
Okay.
Right? In the parking lot. Fucking looks at me dead in the fucking eyes. Gets on my level. Right? I'm like fucking 5 feet, 6 feet. He gets on my fucking level. Starts screaming at the top of his lungs. Right? Just in my face.
Sorry, just laughing at what
oh,
you
it's fully fine. I deserved it. You know what I mean?
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, just like no, but like my dad has like a raspy voice. You fucking know your mom this way.
Yeah.
And like puts me on my ass and just fucking gives me one good one on the ass, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm just he's like, and then literally 2 minutes later, he goes inside. He's like, stay outside, relax, calm down, right?
Yeah.
So he comes back up in 2 minutes. Are you good to come inside? Are you gonna relax? And I'm fucking crying there. Just yes.
Yeah.
I don't go to the table. I go straight to the fucking bathroom, right?
Yeah.
Wiping my face off. My brother comes up to make sure I'm okay because my brother's a bit older than me, sympathetic, whatever. Come down. I go up to the kitchen. Conversation just goes back to normal. No one says a word.
Like nothing happened.
Like nothing. And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Is this mind fuck right now, right? I'm not saying a word. I'm just eating my food. Once again, food. That was the best food to get beaten to. I'm sorry. That shit was bomb, bro. Right? And we're just sitting there. The next day, I apologize, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like it's all good, whatever it happened. Like not that it happens, but you know, I had my punishment for it.
Yeah.
And then we go on the cruise ship. Nothing happened. It was a great vacation. And then the next time, I even thought about talking back to my mom, with my dad, especially with my dad around, especially. Your boy didn't say a fucking word.
Exactly.
Right? I gave a little bit of side.
That's why a nice spanking is good.
Yeah, I gave some side attitude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if she threw a joke at me, I threw one back at her.
But
right?
you know not to do it.
But
again.
I knew not to say a fucking bad. I didn't. You never swear at your parents. You could
and
swear.
it's more like it's a short-term fix in a sense that you don't want to do it now because you know you'll get a spanking, but then it becomes a long-term fix in a you just don't do it anymore.
Ways. Yeah, you just
you associate it with a bad thing.
Not even that. Like it's normal to you. You like you don't, like you know those kids who will talk back to their parents any chance they get. And like I know like a lot of comedians will be like, oh, my white friend Timmy or whatever. Like he'll just be like, Mom, shut the fuck up. Go downstairs and make me some food for my friend, right? And they'll be like, okay, son, what am I ever gonna do with you, right? I forgot who made that joke. I don't whatever. But it's the same thing where it's like they have families who. You don't say a fucking like you don't speak out of line to your parents, right? You don't swear around them, let alone at them. My family, we swear around each other, We never say fuck you, right? We're like, fucking bitch, you know what I mean? Like whatever. There's no issue with it. Yeah, like we're just like it's a family dynamic, right? I think my dad wasn't cool with that at first, but now we understand. Like we're fucking 22 and 25 or 6 or 26, I think. Like we're adults. We can.
Yeah, you can do what you want, but you have those rooted inside.
Yeah, but you don't tell your parents to go fuck themselves.
Exactly.
You know
or you don't like steal the fucking car.
Oh yeah, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like the most trouble I think I ever got in school, and this is great, right? Because I was a bully in like preschool. Like apparently when I was in preschool, I was teaching a girl how to have sex.
Okay.
Verbally, relax. Verbally, not pulling my dick down or whatever.
Okay.
Verbally, like telling her how a baby was made, and like if a kid pissed me off, I would bite his arm or whatever. Mm-hmm. But after that, like grade school, I was good. Besides grade 3. Grade 3 was my rebel year. Okay. I was like 9 years old. Your boy was feeling himself, right?
Yeah.
So a dude comes up to me, right? We're playing soccer. I'm captain because I'm fit as fuck, boy. Even though I wasn't.
Okay.
I was the chubby strong kid, if anything. And I picked this kid last because he's annoying. He's like, I'm gonna be goalie. I'm like, dude, I'm goalie. It's my thing, right?
Okay.
Whatever. The guy's like, no, I'm gonna be goalie. I look at him. You're barely playing right now.
Yeah.
Like, shut your mouth, right? And he's like, if someone scores on you, then I'm gonna be goalie. And I'm literally talking to him while someone shoots and my head's turned around and he scores. He stands up, walks in front of me, boom! Just one good one. My guy goes flying backwards, right?
Okay.
Right? He goes, I'm dead ass, bro.
Yeah.
He went, like, it was one of those things, took two steps back, fell on his ass, and did a roll. You know what I mean? I put some power in that shit, right?
Did you get suspended?
No, I didn't, and I'll tell you why. So, the same kid, right? Pissing me off at lunch. I'm making some arts and crafts, right? I'm using scissors and whatever. He's pissing me off. I don't remember why. That was like I was angry, right? I was just an angry kid. Your boy had the scissors. His hand was on the table, and I just went like that, right? But I relented the last second, and I barely touched him with the scissors, right? I fucking like.
So you almost stabbed him.
Yeah, straight up, right? But like I literally not even a bruise, not even a bruise. I relented like right last second, like I came to my senses, right? He starts crying, goes to the teacher. He's like, oh my god, my hand, right? And I look at him like, dude, there's not even a mark on your fucking.
Yeah, but you almost stabbed him.
Yeah, I almost did.
Yeah.
Almost is the key word here, okay? I get in trouble for that, right?
I would have got a spanking if I did that.
No, let me get to it, okay? I'm talking. Okay. I got more stories here. Same kid. This kid doesn't like me, but he got me in trouble because I was eating a cheese string in front of a dude who has a dairy allergy.
Okay. And
I look at him. I look at the kid in front of me. The kid's my homeboy, right? I literally grab the cheese like that, and I give him a high five, right?
So instead of the scissors to the guy, you're putting the cheese.
No. The kid's like, the kid's like, get away from that kid. He has a dairy allergy, and then the kid with the dairy allergy is my homeboy.
Okay.
And he told me specifically, only if he ingests cheese will it do anything, right? So I literally like grab the cheese string like this, and then I high five my boy in front of the kid, and the kid tells on me, right?
Okay.
I get in trouble for that. Okay. Last thing I do. And I haven't been suspended yet, by the way. The vice principal hated my ass because I was in trouble all the time. The vice principal hated me. Last thing. Separate girl. That was the last time I think that the kid tried to get me in trouble, but whatever. And the separate girl, I don't remember what I said to her, okay? She spat on me in 3rd grade.
Shit.
The teacher, I think she saw it, but I think there was a teacher who was like, if a girl in your in the class drops something, a man picks it up for her. Like some shit like that. Like literally
our girl can do no wrong.
Yeah. And that's not me dissing. That's literally one of the policies that my brother's teacher had, and I think my teacher was the same, right? It was hilarious, right? And in front of the whole class, your boy just I just keep going, right? Because she spat on me once. I got spat on her at least a half a dozen times to even it out, right?
Okay.
Teacher puts me in the office. My mom gets called in.
So she spit on you once, and you just continuously spit on her back.
Yeah. But I wasn't even like spitting on her. It was more like just making noise. You know what I mean? At that point, right? My mom comes in, and there's principal, fucking beauty of a person, right? First of all, 7 foot tall woman. Okay.
Jesus. Okay.
And her last name is literally House.
Okay, so that fits. Okay.
I love this lady, right? Like her sister works with my mom. Like she's the fucking homie, right?
Okay.
So. Teacher in front of my mom. She literally waited for my mom to come in to talk to me. Looks at me. Jamie, if a girl ever spits on you and the teacher doesn't see you, you wait for the teacher to be looking away.
And then you spit on her.
And then, no. you don't do a million spits that really loud. You get one ready while the teacher is looking at you. And when the teacher looks away, you go
One big one, just
in
drop it
front of
on
my
her
mom,
head.
okay? You gotta understand. The vice principal was about to suspend me. She was in the room with
Yeah.
me talking really bad. I was crying, whatever. Principal sees what's happening. I tell her what happened. She's like, VP, I got this. Gets in the room, waits for my mom, and then says that in front of my mom.
Mm-hmm.
And then me and my mom go home, get some ice cream.
There you go. That's just the way of the land,
Like,
you know?
what a gangster, right?
Yeah.
Because I think she knew that I wasn't a bad kid. I just had certain temper tantrum issues. And she was actively helping me get better with,
Mhm.
like, my school issues and my anger issues, whatever. But she also knew my mom, right? So she knew how to get to it.
Yeah. I mean, I would get spanked for something like that. I get spanked quite often.
I know.
However,
I
we
don't know.
have we're all coming up on an hour and a half here, and I do have a dinner that
Shut
I
the
have
fuck
to
up.
get
We're
to.
going to go until it's not funny anymore, okay?
No, I do have to go because my dad's coming with some sushi now. But yeah, I would get spanked for that all the time.
But can I tell you something?
Yes.
I think
Quick, let's wrap
no,
it up.
the fact that she didn't suspend me because she knew that I was just, like, not a troubled kid,
Mm-hmm.
but, like, she knew that I knew right from wrong. I just made a couple bad choices in life. And she told my mom how to help me with it. She made me a better person.
Exactly.
Like, you got to understand, like, every kid, some kids are bad, and you got to punish them as such. Some kids aren't. I don't think I am, right? And you got to figure out the route to help them,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, because of her, I actually knew how to fucking read and write English because she and my teacher in grade 2 helped me get a program because I couldn't read properly. They helped my mom with solutions to small problems in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, fucking godsends of people.
Yeah.
And
I
then-
mean, yeah, there's just people that know how to do it right, and then there's others.
and the VP wanted to kill me at
Yeah.
any point in time.
See, that's someone who didn't know how to do it right.
Exactly, bro. And that's why she's the VP while my girl, Miss House, was the P.
It was the P. Yeah. Pushing P.
Actual gangster. But with that being said, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching episode 5 of the FullofBS podcast. Once again, we have a TikTok now, and we have a second channel for all of our clips. Links will be in the description below. And with that, guys, we are going to say goodbye. And
Yes.
what's it called? If you have any comments, let us know. We'll see you guys very, very soon. Peace.